Hello. I often talk about my love of using interactive resources with young people. I find them really engaging and helps to involve the young person and make sure they're participating in the session. And one of the things I love using the most is visual aids and the use of pictures. I find it really can help you sort of get into the mind of that young person and enables them to express themselves maybe in a way that they might struggle to do and articulate in words. Now, a couple of little quick examples. So I've got a sheet of emojis, and this is a really nice, just quick and sort of fun way of them explaining how they feel right now and maybe how they'd like to feel. So a common one is, oh, I'm feeling really worried, I don't know what to do next, I don't know what the future holds. What I'd like to do is get to the point where I'm feeling really happy and excited about it. So we can work out how to help them get to that point. Now, some other pictures I use, which I've talked on YouTube before about, is these ones here. So there's all sorts of different things from nature, and they're quite sort of ambiguous pictures. But what's nice about that is it's each of those pictures mean very different things to different young people, and it enables them to kind of express themselves in a very different way. So, and the thing that I find most interesting about these pictures is how different people can feel about the same image. It can evoke very, very different emotion, but can really help you get to the core of how they're feeling. So, for example, this one here. So last week, on the same afternoon, two young people selected this. Now, one of them said, I feel completely lost. I feel like I'm in the middle of that swamp and I have no idea where to go next. I don't know what's going to happen after year 11. Now, interestingly, and the next person selected this and was really excited by it and said, oh, I love the fact that, in that wood, it's full of new life. There's new opportunities, things are growing, and that's how I feel about finishing school. I don't know what's going to come up next, and that's really exciting. I don't know what's coming up behind those trees, but I'm excited to see what new opportunities are out there for me. So it's really nice to see their reflections and how differently they feel. Now, interestingly, this is one that is often selected. Now, I have to stop myself from assuming this is negative, because often people will select this and say, oh, I feel really stuck, as I would feel in a traffic jam. But interestingly, a young person selected this last week and said, oh, that's just how I feel. I feel like I've really got clear direction about what I want to do after year 11. All those people in those cars have got a clear direction of where they're going, and that's how I feel, and it feels really good. So again, it really stops me from making assumptions, but enables them to describe how their situation maybe differently than they would have done just through question and answering. Now, sometimes they'll come up with their own metaphors, and that is the most powerful tool of all, because it means something to them. Now, a young person I worked with, it was a couple of years ago now, used the metaphor of a basketball match for his entire career planning process. It was wonderful. He talked about the importance of having time out to reflect on what he was doing, what he was going to do next, his teammates who was there to help him, who he could pass to, who could pass to him and help him along the way, and how he would score the goal, how he would get to where he wanted to be. And I just went along with that because it meant so much to him. He owned that metaphor. It was important to him. Now, a common metaphor in terms of career planning is often the idea of a roundabout. So I'll often draw this with a young person. Now, again, this idea in itself can evoke different emotions. Now, some young people will see this idea and see it as a really exciting thing. So someone last week said to me, oh, I love, for the first time in my life, I feel like I have control. I have choice and I can make those decisions. I can decide whether I do an apprenticeship, whether I go to college, whether I go to the sixth form. And that's a great feeling. Whereas for some young people, the idea of choice can be something that causes quite a lot of anxiety. The fact that there is so much choice and how they make sense of that and choose the best thing. And that's obviously where, for me as a careers advisor, I can support them through that process and do work around decision making and how to make the best decisions. Now they're just a few examples. I'm actually itching to make some more visual aids. I've been using these ones for quite a long time. I sort of feel like shaking it up a little bit and doing some new ones. So I can hear my laminator calling. So I'm going to work on that over the next few weeks, and I'm sure I will come back on and let you know how I've been getting on. But if any of you use pictures and visual aids, I would really love to hear about it. So please do get in touch, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear about your ideas. So have a fantastic day. Bye bye.